The path of Jannah, that's what I've been looking for. The path of Jannah made easy, your attention should immediately go up and be drawn. How? How can the path of Jannah be made easy? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, by seeking knowledge. Man salaka tariqan yaltamisu fihi ilma, sahhala Allahu lahu tariqan ila Jannah. Sahhala Allahu lahu bihi tariqan ila Jannah. That whoever traverses a path seeking knowledge, then Allah will make it easy for him, due to them seeking knowledge, the path to the Jannah. Na'am, sahhala Allahu lahu bihi tariqan ila Jannah. The great Allama, the great scholar, Muhaddith al-Medina, the Muhaddith of Medina, the greatest scholar of Hadith currently in al-Medina, Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbad al-Badr, hafidhahullah ta'ala, he mentions, he says, فيه الحث على طلب العلم الشرعي, that in it there is an encouragement. In this portion of the hadith, this is an encouragement to seek knowledge, the knowledge of the religion, legislative knowledge. And I want you to really think about this, because the knowledges or the disciplines that we are encouraged to study, the disciplines that parents will get very upset with their children over, the disciplines that certain parents may actually discipline their children over, the disciplines that children will get punished due to and because of them, not performing well or not taking it seriously, so they get punishment. Right? They may get their the game taken away from them, for example, right? Not allowed to play games, you're not allowed to ride your bike, not allowed to go outside because X, Y, Z, you didn't do good on this or that. These disciplines, more often than not, what are they? Think about it. What are they? More often than not, they are interdisciplinary disciplines. Interdisciplinary disciplines. They'll get punished over because they didn't perform well on their math tests, or because in their biology class they got a D, or because in their history class they pulled off a C minus or something like this, right? They failed the test, or whatever the case is. They get in trouble. They get in trouble for interdisciplinary studies. And interdisciplinary studies, the likes of what was mentioned and others from that, undoubtedly they have a benefit. Undoubtedly they have a benefit. They benefit us here in this world. However, their benefit is lacking. Their benefit, it is not a complete benefit. It's an incomplete benefit. Why? Because it only benefits us in this world. Or many of these disciplines only benefit us throughout the duration of our career. That's it. They benefit us throughout the duration of our career and or subsequent schooling prior to that. They benefit us. But after that, they have no benefit whatsoever, right? After that, they're no benefit whatsoever. Calculus, things of this nature, trigonometry, right? Trigonometry and things of this nature, do they benefit you outside of work and outside of being in school? Is this what you're going to use in your day-to-day? More than likely, no. More than likely, no. Ala kulli hal, but there is a knowledge, another type of knowledge, that benefits you here in this life, and it benefits you in the next life. It benefits you in this world, and it will benefit you in the next world. But this type of knowledge, unfortunately, a lot of times parents don't have a concern for as it relates to their children. They don't care if their children learning or not. They don't care if their children excelling or not. They really don't care. They don't have a real concern. How often is the case that children will be left in the schools of the masjid? They'll be dropped off at the school of the masjid and picked up week in and week out, week in and week out. And it's very few parents that will even ask you, what is the homework? What is their assignment? They don't care. As long as they drop them off and pick them up, that's their only concern. I dropped them off. I put them in the Quran program, the weekend program. I feel good about myself as a parent. Look what I'm doing. But then there's no follow up. There's no follow up, and the teachers experience this when they have a difficulty getting the parents to help these children with their homework, to help them with their homework, to be able to make sure they have the necessary materials to do their homework, whether the binders, the notepads, whatever the case is, right? To make sure before coming to class they have done their homework. They don't check. Their main concern, drop them off. That's it. Whether they learn, do well, don't do well, there's really no follow-up. Why is that? Why is this the case? When the knowledge that will go beyond the grave, that knowledge that will benefit your child in this world and in the next, that knowledge ultimately, that if a person seeks it, it will make the path to Jannah easy for them. Why is this knowledge neglected? And then we say we want good for our children. Listen, when it comes to interdisciplinary knowledge, parents will say, I make sure my children get good grades because I want them to be able to get into a good school, because in getting into a good school, they'll be able to land a better job. And by having a good job, then they will have a better life. They'll have an easy life, right? And okay, that makes sense. No one's arguing with that logic. It makes sense, right? Okay, that makes sense. However, what makes more sense, and that which should not be neglected, because we're not saying to neglect that, to neglect their grades and so on and so forth. We're not saying neglect that. We're saying to be diligent upon that, okay? Be diligent upon that. Because, yes, that makes sense. It's going to benefit them because you want them to have a good life in this world. Okay, no problem. A parent should want that. That's what a parent should want. But even more importantly, and additionally, and more importantly, and even before that, they should want them to have a good life in the next world. They should want them to have a good life where in the next world. Even more importantly, in other words, for my children, I want them to go to the Jannah, first and foremost. And I want them to have a good life in this world. I don't want no harm to come to my children. I want their lives to be easy. Now, every parent wants that, right? Every parent wants that for their child. But at the end of the day, if I had to choose one of the two, either they have a good life in this world or they have a good life in the next, then I prefer they have a good life in the next world. I prefer they go to Jannah. At the end of the day, they go to Jannah. Whatever happens before that, as long as they go to Jannah, that's what's most important. That's what's most important. But unfortunately, the attitude of a lot of parents is, as long as they have a good life in this world, that's what's most important. I don't care about what comes after that. And that's reflective in the way that they interact with their children. That they would concentrate on that which would benefit them here, but I have no concern with that which would benefit them in the next world. This is a big problem. This is a big parenting problem. This is something that the parents really have to look at because this is a deficiency. This is ultimately leading to the destruction of their children. They think they're doing good for their children, but they're really not. Ultimately, they're hurting their children. And I don't think any parent truly will ever intentionally want to hurt their child. I don't believe not any good parent that is. No, not any good parent. So in any event, this is something as parents we need to think about. And it's something as individuals, even before that, we need to think about for ourselves. You understand? Because at the end of the day, what's the purpose of everybody going to Jannah if you got to go to hell?